Hello, my name is Max, and today I will be showing you how to create a bonding curve, which is an integral part of the Zap Oracle platform. Now, in previous videos, I showed you this as the curve. I didn't really get into it, but it doesn't look all too intuitive to figure out, where this one costs 1 way zap per dot, and this costs 2x plus 1 way zap per dot. So I'll be going more in depth as to how that works. Now, let's take a bonding, this piecewise function that I have over here, made it, and it should be known that the bonding curves are based on piecewise functions. In this example, we have from 0 to 100. The bonding curve has it set such that each dot costs x zap per dot, which means when there are 51 dots in the system, the 51st dot is going to cost 51 zap. And so it goes for the second set of 100 dots. Each dot is going to cost 100 zap each dot. And for the third one, we have really a pretty swanky function. It's x squared minus 400x plus 40,100 way zap per dot. Raising the stakes a little bit, right? Now, if we want to make that, it should be noted how to make it as an array. In here, you'll see that L is the number of components within a given segment of a piecewise function. That's the first element of the array. The coefficients are what the first value counts. So if you have x squared, then you would have 3, because x squared is x to the second power, and it counts from x to the 0th power. So it would be x to the 0th power, x to the first power, x to the second power. And n is the index separating one segment of a piecewise curve from another. So going back to this example, we have y equals x from 0 to 100. So x is actually x to the first power. So you would put 2 over here, because you still need to take into consideration x to the 0th power, the initial coefficient. And since we don't have that, it's 0 and then 1, referring to 1x for the first 100 dots. The second one says for up until index 200, have each dot cost 100 zap. So since we're only using x to the 0, we'll be using 1. So each dot will cost 100 zap for the next 100 dots up till dot number 200. Now for the third one, there's 3 values: 40,100 as x to the 0, negative 400x, and x squared. So we have that's 3 values: x 40,100, negative 400, x squared, up until dot 300. And you can use this to simply replace one of your curves, and that would be just as valid. Now this isn't the only way you can create a bonding curve. There is also a way to make them using the Zap terminal, which I have previously mentioned in another video. You would simply create your provider and then make your new bonding curve by typing in 1. Let's call it my new Oracle curve starting, and it's a little bit more intuitive. Curve starting from 1 to type in 100. X would be the curve. From 101 to 200, we said the second part of the curve was 100 zap per dot. And then finally, from 201 to 300, it's, I placed x cubed instead of x squared, but minus 400x plus 40,100. And it just keeps on going up until you decide not to place in a value, and then but this is what we're currently working on is a web admin version in which it has a better user interface. Now let's try doing this using a new curve. So here you'll see from 0 to 4,000, it's negative x plus 8,000. So from 0 to 4,000, it's negative x plus 8,000. And then we simply click Add Curve. And then from 4,000 to 6,000, it's 2x minus 40,000. And you can simply place that there. 2x plus 4,000. Oh, and we place this up to 6,000. Oh, and I forgot to place that there too. Quite careless, but at least we caught it, right? And then we add curve, and then from 6,000 to 20,000, it's x plus 2,000. X plus 2,000. And like the Zap terminal, this will just keep going until you click the Create Curve button. Now, it's important. The reason the bonding curves are so important within the Zap platform is because these curves are how you generate trust and how you monetize your values and scale it as well, since you can also, based on the supply of your curve, that determines how many people believe in your curve. And there are many different ways to start one up. Now, if you start bonding at the beginning where everything's cheaper, then that means that when you unbond at the say over here, that you can actually unbond at a profit of Zap. However, it's also very easy to get away with exploiting the system. So, which is why making sure that perhaps bonding at maybe a more expensive price to encourage trust is a good way of going about things. In this example over here, you'll know the creator of the Oracle would have bonded this many dots at that price in order to show that he will not make a profit up until this point over here, because if he tried to sell at any time during this speculative curve, then he would have come out at a loss, or at the very least broken even. Now, a lot of this is based on Simon de la Rouviere's bonding curves, which you can look up, and hopefully, as time goes by, people will learn how to optimize these, and learn to share their data a lot more efficiently. That's it for this video. I'll hope to see you in the next.